What's up, guys? MrGimms back again for another GimmsRant, and I think now more than ever it's a time for a GimmsRant, because you know what? I've absolutely had enough with the direction of this game in the last couple of weeks. A lot of things I've been seeing, a lot of cracks have been developing, and I, for one, as a 6-year player of this game, have just about had enough. We're gearing up for Halloween. As you can see, we're getting there. It's looking pretty cool. There's a lot more to come. There's a couple of light fixtures and things like that that will appear soon. We're gearing up for a Halloween subathon 1-year anniversary on Twitch. It's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. Make sure you follow me on Twitch down below in the description. Jesus Christ, please come over to Twitch. But anyway, guys, I want to talk to you today about the current events in Dead by Daylight. What's to come, what's been happening, the patches that we've had, and the things that we've been testing. And I want to start with the base kit Unbreakable that we just tested in the PTB. I did manage to get over there and have a little bit of a play last night, albeit not for very long. Thank you, Twitch, for not enabling me to stream. That was great. I was really looking forward to seeing you guys last night, but hey, it is what it is. But anyway, yes, they're going to make base kit Unbreakable. What does that mean for us? Well, I'm seeing a lot of people saying, oh, it's not really going to matter. Just hook people straight away. 45 seconds is a long time on the floor. Well, to those people, the comments that I've been seeing, the comments that I've responded to, I've been saying this. It's not going to be 45 seconds. It's going to be stacked with other things. Example being Unbreakable. That will minimize the time on the floor. The boon perk, don't know what it's called, exponential I think it is, I'm not sure, but that will also help on pickups depending on the location of the survivor. We're not going to see a lot of this 45-second pickup time on their own freebie. We're just not going to see it. At the top level, Survivor Friends, you know it, they will abuse it. This is not an attack on Survivor Friends players, nor is it an attack on Survivor players. It's just a fact of the times. It is going to happen. This is what's going to be a frequent thing in the game. Now, Unbreakable base kit. I can't even believe this was even spoken about, if I'm honest. How many more freebies is one side going to get? Now, we had base kit borrowed time, and I already thought that was a pretty stupid idea, personally. We're living in a world right now in Dead by Daylight where you're seeing players, survivors, just dive bombing onto hooks to get the unsave. There's no longer intelligent gameplay in this. It is just all the same. Every single game I'm playing, and I am playing at relatively the top level, you're just seeing survivors dive bomb because there's really nothing negative against it. Grabs are pretty much never existent. I've only gotten 2 grabs in the last couple of months, so there's no point even trying for that. So you got to slap them and slap them again. So you can hook trade, but great. What kind of gameplay is that creating for us? Now, I understand that they put borrowed time base because, you know, there's a lot of camping and tunneling going on. And hell, I totally agree with that sort of mentality. I, for one, play for hooks. So again, you're probably wondering, why is this a problem with you? Because it narrows out the game. It makes a killer play a certain way. Right now, there's a train station. This is going to be a weird analogy. Let's go. There's a train station, and right now there's about 4 tracks that I can pull this train onto. Every single time one of these updates in the last couple of months have come along, you are removing a train track for a killer. You're removing us from bothering about camping in certain situations, i.e. 2 gens left, maybe 1 gen left, fair. And now with base kit Unbreakable, certain killers, definitely low-end killers, are going to suffer from a slug game. Now, I understand that slugging can be a problem as well. I understand it's very boring being on the floor. 100% been there with you, I understand. But for free pickups at the top level in a Survivor Friends with perfect communication, cream of the crop, all the trimmings, best add-ons, perks, and all that, this is only further going to infuriate the killer role and draw players away from it. Hell, I've even talked to Survivor players and they're not too happy with it for the most part. So now we've got base kit Unbreakable. Great, it's a freebie. You just get off the floor. 45 seconds, people are saying it's a long time. It is a long time, but it's also not. For a freebie, it's also not. This is going to ruin games further for killers, especially low-tier killers. Now with the option to keep someone on the floor and then go for another survivor and go for a hook on them, you're no longer going to create that pressure that these killers at the lower tier need. A lot of killers don't do this, and they do just hook straight away. But sometimes it's just unviable. Maybe there's a situation where you can't face a wall and flashlights are prevalent. It's really just, you're just removing possibilities from an already stale game. Now, I understand while we're talking about this, that Dead by Daylight have said that this is not coming into the next live release, any of this Mori update. I'm pretty sure Unbreakable is, though. I could be wrong. Correct me in the comments. But let's move on to the Moris. The Mori system, I just don't like it. I don't care for it. I like the sound effects in between, like, oh, you know, you got like one survivor left standing and that sort of thing. I like it. But you're also making some killers sort of play a certain way. I mean, if I really wanted now, and I could always do this, but now it could be more deadly. I could just straight up tunnel a survivor out of the game. And now I understand I have to wait like 15 seconds, possibly more with other perks if I want to tunnel someone out. But if I tunnel somebody out and get 2 down, I'm putting myself in a way better position. You're sort of telling me that maybe I should be playing like that. I don't know. It's a little bit weird. I understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to make me play for hooks, which I'm already doing. But I don't know. It's just, it was a weird way to go about it. It seems like it came out of nowhere. Also, to the devs, there's no animations with the killer Moris. They're just the same animation as they always were. There's nothing really special about it or fantastic, especially when you're playing like the Trapper or the Wraith, where it's a really dated Mori. I thought there was going to be a lot more sort of a cinematic look when it came to this, but it's just a Mori. I don't get it. I'm not a fan of the base kit, BT. Not a fan of base kit Unbreakable. What's next, you may ask? Well, what is next? It seems to me that they keep getting freebies of really strong former meta perks. Now, a lot of people are saying that the next thing's going to be DS. Decisive Strike, maybe. I don't know. I just wonder, how easy do you want to make it for survivors? And I understand this sounds like a massive killer rant. Yeah, it probably is. I'm sorry for having a whinge, but it's just the devs, and this is so important to remember. If you leave this video with nothing else, please leave with this. The devs went through a massive undertaking of what? Changing 80 perks? Was it 80 perks? You'll have to correct me again in the comments. Maybe 80 perks and shifting around the meta. And you know what? Bravo. I think they actually did a pretty good job with that, excuse the pun. But now since then, we want to get rid of meta perks. Fine, gotcha. You just want to, you want to have variety. So then after that, let's make Borrow Time base kit, Unbreakable base kit. So what was the point? Because if you were going to and these guys work months ahead, you understand this. So they knowingly changed the meta, then only to give survivors base kit really strong meta perks anyway. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Does anyone agree with me on this? It's absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe they've gone this route. When I saw it on Twitter, when people were telling me that, oh, it's base kit Unbreakable now, like, I honestly laughed my ass off. I couldn't believe it for a second. And as it's turned out, this is going to be a reality. Now, the devs, they've asked for feedback multiple times throughout this process. Bravo to that as well. Some really stupid questions in there, like, do you like playing against a hacking survivor or killer? Why that was in any survey is beyond me. You're almost trying to preach that. Do you find it fun if a hacker's in your game? Because some people might find it fun. It's very odd thinking indeed. But I'm at my wit's end with these guys. And we know for a fact that while this may not go through to the full game and in the full capacity that it is now, make no mistakes about it, there will be a version of this going into live. We will have to deal with this one way or another. And that's pretty shit. And again, on top of all this, they've ignored massive issues that the community have wanted. Nurse needs a nerf. I do 100% believe that now. By a pinch, I don't want her absolutely butchered, which is probably what's going to happen. Hackers, they've addressed hackers somewhat. We'll get more information with that leading down the road, hopefully. Really hope they keep on with that. And of course, last but not least, solo queue has been left into the dirt even more, I would say, with this update. There's no sort of update on any changes that they're going to bring information-wise for solo queue. They're just a forgotten role. It almost makes you think, right, that they balance around Survivor Friends sometimes. Just an opinion. But anyway, guys, sorry for the rant. I'm not really sorry. It's kind of ridiculous, to be fair, like what we've had to like read over the last couple of weeks. I'm going to do another video probably tomorrow if I can on the next chapter that's coming into DBD. It has been spoiled or leaked, if you will, by DBD Leaks. Take it with a pinch of salt. Yeah, I am streaming right now. So please come on in, check us out. The link is in below in the description. And let's continue the conversation. And I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. Leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. All that stuff as always. Check out the links below as always. And I will see you guys in the stream, hopefully. Have a good night, guys. See you later.